It's hard to believe that for our seniors, graduation is less than a month away. I'd like to take a moment to reflect on the Weld RE-4 Graduate Profile and 5 skills we look for our graduates to embody: create, evaluate, relate, advocate, and participate. As part of educating the whole child, our graduate profile encompasses both academic proficiency and the life skills needed for student success. Our work at every grade level is oriented toward these 5 graduation profile skills. We'll dig into these efforts with Chief Academic Officer Amy Heinsma. But first, it's time for the Scoop with Scallon. Accomplishments are rolling in as our school year comes to a close. Tozer Primary School learning coach and librarian Kelsey Emery earned the Colorado Department of Education's Highly Effective Schools Through Libraries designation, one of only 21 libraries in the state with that designation. And Hollister Lake Elementary Principal Shelley Butcher earned the Highly Effective Schools Through Libraries Administrator Distinction Award. Congratulations. Both high schools put on a fantastic spring theatrical production this month. Severance High School presented The Single Man, while Windsor High School presented the 80s classic 9 to 5. The Severance High Science Bowl team placed 3rd in the regional competition. Rise Simmons from Windsor High School won the Colorado State Poetry Out Loud competition. Rise will compete in the National Poetry Out Loud competition in Washington, D.C., April 30th through May 2nd. Good luck, Rise! Severance Middle School wrestlers earned state championships, including their first girl state champion. Mark your calendars. Bike and Roll to School Day will be held Wednesday, May 8th. The town of Severance, along with Severance Police Department and Windsor Severance Fire Rescue, will meet families at Overlook Park to teach bicycle safety before school.
What do we really want for students? And I think as a public school system, we really want to say we want both for our students. We want academic proficiency and we want rigor for what students are learning in each of their content areas. We want the extracurricular areas to be very important to us, but we also want to make sure we focus on character education. The Weld RE-4 Graduate Profile really represents our whole child approach with both academic proficiency and working on life skills for students. And it's a way for us to remember that as we work with our students, we have goals for them at the end of the line as a graduate, and how do we build that from kindergarten to 12th grade and make sure that they're successful in life after high school. There are 5 main components: create, evaluate, participate, advocate, and relate. And so those 5 words have defining pieces to each of them where we go a little bit further. Academic proficiency is the easier one because we can do that through the professional learning community work. Standardized testing, looking at data in the classroom, classroom observations. Life skills gets a little more tricky, but this fall I'm hoping to launch a pilot group where we really are looking at what are we expecting at each of the grade levels. So one of the most difficult things I think with things like the graduate profile is sometimes they can't sit on a shelf and people don't look at them. And to have a movement with an entire district, it takes a while. You've got to have your key level administrators on board. You've got to have people be able to identify what does that really mean for a classroom teacher or for a student. When you teach your student mastery of a content, you're working on the graduate profile. When you give students feedback on your classroom rules and that they've broken that somehow, you're giving them feedback on the graduate profile. And so helping people make those connections, I think, is part of the work, and then defining what does that specifically mean for grade levels, which is hopefully the next iteration that we're going to have for the life skills portion with the pilot in the fall. Helping partnering with the school is really important for parents and community members to think about how they do that best. I would also say one of the best ways to get involved more thoroughly is district and school accountability committees. Those are always great things to get involved with, where we should be talking about the graduate profile, even if we don't name that. What are we working on to help our staff and students really have graduates that are going to be successful in life? So the Parent Curriculum Committee is one that we just started a year and a half ago. And really we wanted to make sure parents felt like they had a voice and could learn more about how we adopt curriculum, what does that look like, because there are lots of misinformation out there for families. And so we wanted to make sure that our families had a way to ask questions, to be involved, to learn and to be able to take a look at what are we actually doing around curriculum. If you want to be more active and involved in curriculum, it's a great way to go.
Hi, thanks for joining me today. I'm Michelle Scallon, Superintendent of Weld RE-4, and I'm here visiting Windsor Middle School. And today I have a special student with me. Her name is Sydney.
I'm in 6th grade.
And who's your teacher?
Mr. Mathern, Mrs. Lorge, Mrs. Royce, and Mr. Hill for my core classes. They're all fantastic. For electives right now, I have Mr. Todd and Mr. Meese.
Sydney was in the musical The Lion King when you were over at
Tozer,
yeah. So tell me a little bit about how the music program is here and what you enjoy about that.
I joined choir halfway through the year and it has been so much fun.
Tell me a little bit about Mr. Meese's class.
Some of us are making birdhouses and some of us are making spoons. And they're coming together great. He's so helpful.
You swam for the school? Mm-hmm. How did that go?
That was really fun. We worked hard and did pretty well.
That's great. So you swam, what else have you done?
I played volleyball in the same season for the school. Now I'm doing Battle of the Books, Honor Society, Student Council.
So what do you like best about Windsor Middle School?
I think all the opportunities and the teachers.
If you had some advice for incoming 6th graders for next year, what would you say?
Don't worry too much. Middle school is just a bigger elementary school. It's so much fun.
It's so much fun. So many opportunities, right?
For sure.
Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.